In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the Bank Reconciliation module. First, click on Finance and Bank Reconciliation. Here you will see a list of your previous bank reconciliation entries, and if you would like to add a new entry, you can click on Add New Item over here. Once you do so, you'll be brought to the Bank Reconciliation Add page, where you can fill in information regarding your bank reconciliation entry. So first, start by entering your bank statement date. So in my case, I'll select today. And for accounts, I'll select the NBB account. Once you select your account, the system will display your actual bank statement balance for this account, the system's bank statement balance, and the variance, which is the amount difference between these two fields. Other than that, the system will also display a list of unpresented transactions for this account down here. In this list, you can view details of the unpresented transactions such as the document date, the party or description, document number, document type, check number, currency, their withdrawal, and deposit amounts. If you would like to search for a specific unpresented transaction in this list, you can go up here to this Search Unpresented Transaction tab over here and fill in their details. So let's say I only want to view unpresented transactions from XYZ Sandrian Berhad. So I'll type in their code in the party code and description field over here, 3000/XYZ, and I'll click on Search. As you can see, the list will now only contain unpresented transactions from XYZ Sandrian Berhad. Other than that, if you would like to print out the unpresented transactions, you can also click on Print Unpresented Transaction over here. After you do so, the system will redirect you to the printing page where you can then print out your unpresented transactions. So going back, to balance out your bank statements, you can first start by entering in your actual bank statement balance over here. For this video's demonstration purposes, I'll leave it as 0 for now. And after you've typed in your actual bank statement balance, you can then balance your bank statements using either the unpresented transactions or adding a new journal entry or receipt voucher. Keep in mind, for the Add Journal Entry and Add Receipt Voucher options to appear, your variance must be non-zero. So let's say my actual bank statement balance is the same as the system bank statement balance. As you can see, the two options will disappear once the variance is 0. So I'll reset the actual bank statement balance back to 0. If you would like to learn more about adding a journal entry or adding a receipt voucher, you can refer to our journal entry module video and receive payment module video respectively. So in this video, I will be only using unpresented transactions to balance out the bank statements. So to do so, all you have to do is just go down here to this list and find your unpresented transaction that you would like to add. Once you do so, you can click on Add on the left of the entry. If you would like to add all these entries, you can also click on the Add All button over here. As you can see, once I've added the unpresented transaction, the system's bank statement balance has been changed into 0 since that unpresented transaction had a deposit of 400. Additionally, the unpresented transaction that I've added will also be transferred to a list down here in the Bank Reconciliation Details section below the Account Balance field. If you would like to remove this unpresented transaction entry from the Bank Reconciliation Details section, you can also click on Delete over here to move it back to the unpresented transaction list. So, continuing on with the Bank Reconciliation Details section, here there will be two fields which are Account Balance and Balance Availability. The Account Balance field displays the bring forward amount for this particular account, and the Balance Availability field displays the available balance that is calculated by the system using this formula. So, after you've filled in everything and double-checked your details for your bank reconciliation entry, you can click on Save to save this entry. Or if you would like to print out this entry, you can also click on Print over here. Keep in mind that clicking on Print will also tell the system to save the entry. If you would like to discard this entry, you can also click on Exit to return to the Bank Reconciliation main page. So in my case, I'll click on Save to save my entry. And as you can see, my entry has been saved into the system. If you would like to edit the details of a particular bank reconciliation entry, you can also find them in this list and click on their reconcile number over here. So once you do so, you'll be brought to the Bank Reconciliation Edit page, where you can then edit the information of this bank reconciliation entry. So let's say I want to change my bank statement date to the end of February 2025. I'll select February 28 and click on Save. And as you can see, my changes have been made. Moving on, if you would like to print out this bank reconciliation entry, you can also click on Print over here. After you do so, the system will bring you to the printing page, where you can then print out your bank statement report. Going back, to search for a specific bank reconciliation entry in this list, instead of searching for them one by one, you can either utilize the search bar down here or the search bar up here. The main difference being that the search bar down here is more generic and can only search for keywords inside the list, while the search bar up here is more specific and can search for values within certain columns. So let's say I want to search for the keyword MBB in this list. I'll type in MBB in this search bar. And as you can see, the system will return to me all entries with MBB in any of their columns. Now, while this is useful for quick and generic searches, what if I want to be more specific? So let's say I want to view bank reconciliation entries that were created in 2024. So I'll go to the search bar up here, and in the statement date field, in the first box, I'll select 2024, January 1st, and in the second box, I'll select 2024, December 31st. After I'm done, I'll click on search. And as you can see, the system will now only return to me entries that were created in 2024. Other than using the search bars, if you would like to filter the entries based on column values, you can also go to your selected column header and click on the funnel icon. So let's say I select these three and click on OK. The system will then filter out the entries based on my selection. Additionally, you can also sort the entries by ascending or descending order based on column values by clicking on your selected column header, like so. Finally, if you would like to group the entries based on column values, you can also drag your selected column header to this blank space up here. To expand and collapse a group, you can click on the little arrow beside the group name. And if you would like to create a subgroup, you can also drag your second selected column header to the back of the first one. As you can see, there will now be a subgroup in my main groups. To ungroup your entries, all you have to do is just drag your column headers back down. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.